Yo, yes, sir. It's official. Like a referee with a whistle. You know, like, share the video and all that good stuff. You did, you know. So back at you with another one. So this episode was brought to you by a long time listener. And he wanted to know why some women be smashing dudes that they don't like. And this happens a lot. A lot of guys don't want to deal with this. And you want to know why? Because there's a good chance the woman they're with have slept with a guy that she didn't like. Especially in this day and time, during tough times, a lot of women, men and women, during tough times, if the opportunity presents itself, depending on her morals and values, how she was raised, a lot of women will do something strange for a piece of change. Now, I would say it happens frequently with the women that are from the hood or the women that are living in the hood. And it makes sense if you really think about it, because if you're being disfranchised, you're living in an environment where you don't have what you need, you're struggling, you're just barely getting by. It makes sense that a woman would hang around guys, lay up with guys that she don't like. If you really think about that, let's just be practical. That makes sense to me. That a woman would lay up with a guy that she don't like. That a woman would trick off with a guy that she don't like. That makes sense. This happens more than you think. And there's a good chance that you've met a woman that have done this sort of thing. And you might have them in your family. You just don't know. Because, there's a lot of people, a lot of women that have things in the closet. And they're never going to talk about. It's going to stay in the closet. There's some women, there's things about them that they're going to take it with them to their grave. No one is ever going to know about it because they're not proud of it. They're shameful of it. And it's okay to be shameful of certain things. That's okay. When you're not ashamed of anything, that's when it becomes a problem. Because then you become reckless and you're just doing whatever, with whoever, however, whenever. I don't see anything wrong with being ashamed of anything. I don't see anything wrong with it. We need to shame these women back into their place today. Some of them. A lot of these women are out of pocket. So when it comes to shaming, slut shaming, or whatever type of shaming, I don't got a problem with none of that. Not at all. I would recommend more shaming. So certain people would act right, act like they got some goddamn sense, you know? But during tough times, no, I would say during good times, it creates weak people. And hard times create strong people. You've heard people say this. And it's true. It's really true if you really think about it, you know. And you know, during the hard times, the people that had it good for a long time, they usually lose it all or struggle some type of way or get exposed. That's pretty common, you know. But, you know, a lot of women out here are just surviving. And a lot of times they made such bad decisions. They have to do things that they don't want to do. They have to be around guys that they don't want to be around. And a lot of women will settle with guys that they don't really want. They have to settle because they feel like they can't do better. Maybe they missed their opportunities. Maybe the guy that they really should have been with came and left. There's a lot. It just depends on who the woman is and how she sees herself. You know, and the reason why a lot reason why I say a lot of women will settle because a lot of women are not being satisfied with the guy that they're with. And the reason why I know this is because I've been that guy on the side at one point. I've been the side dude, whether I knew it or not. I've been the side dude. And I hear a lot of other guys that are the side guys as well, you know? And plus, in the underworld, or some people call the shadow world, there's a lot of cuckold relationships, hot wife relationships, swinging going on, a lot of adult parties happening, and women lead the charge. Women, um, they get in what they want. Now, the guys get what they want, but women are the life of the party in those underground parties. Women want to, they want to lay up with other women. They want to lay up with other guys besides their husband. And a lot of that comes from them settling with guys that they didn't really want to be with, the guys that don't get their panties wet. They don't get turned on by these guys. Sure, she might like the guy as a human being. He might be a good provider. He might take care of her. He might even love her. But she's really suffering in silence. Because in her soul, it's really tearing her up inside every night, every day, because she has to be around a guy that she knows she shouldn't have been with in the first place, but she decided to settle for whatever reason. She decided to settle because of the situation she found herself in. A lot of women have made too many mistakes and they wasted too much time when they were in their younger years. Now that they're in their 40s, 50s, if a guy comes along and he wants to be with her, even though that guy might have never been on her radar, or he might not even be the type of guy she would ever be with in the first place. Her options is limited. The pickings is slim. So she'd be like, look, I'll date him and see what happens. This happens all the time, you know. And at a certain point, that woman that settles with a guy that she really ain't feeling, at a certain point, it might be a couple months or a couple years, the relationship, sometimes initially or sometimes later, the relationship usually has conditions that the guy must maintain. And sometimes boundaries as well. The guy has to maintain a certain probably lifestyle, way of living, and then it comes with boundaries. If you do this, I'll do that. You know, and it's of course this varies depending on the guy that she's with. In exchange for her being with this guy, a lot of times he has to be okay with her being with another man or another woman. This happens. You know, these are the conditions that a lot of these women have laid out for guys that she knows she shouldn't have been with in the first place. Because like I said, this guy does not turn her on. There's no sex appeal here. Maybe he likes her, maybe she likes him, but the attraction it's not there like it should be. You know, now it's very different compared to a guy that she really sees. She might see a guy like me and she's really turned on, right? She's like really aroused. Sometime within seconds, minutes. But she doesn't get that from her husband or the man that she lives with. And you might say, well, why is that? Because she wasn't supposed to be with him in the first place. She was never attracted to him like that. And she never will be attracted to him like that in most cases. Now, this is rare, some cases where the woman you hear people talk like this. The woman will warm up to the guy. You know, she can win him over. That's very rare. That doesn't happen very often. Most of the time, if you meet a woman, it's hit or miss. That's what it's going to be most of the time. That's pretty common. Some guys will say, hey, I want to be friends before I get serious. Well, I disagree with that. I don't approach a woman and say, let's be friends. I don't want to be friends with a woman. I want to get to know her, but I'm not trying to be friends with a woman before I somehow determine at some point that, hey, we need to take things to the next level. We can start having sex now. No, I don't I've never approached a woman like that before. Me getting to know a woman and, socially, mentally, physically, spiritually, and sexually, all that comes with it all at the same time. So I don't say, hey, yeah, we should be friends first. No, I don't even approach a woman like that. That's like approaching a dude. I don't approach a guy the same way I approach a woman. No, that don't work. You know, but you hear a lot of people saying, "Hey, we should be friends first." No, I don't want to be a friend. No, The faster I get to know her, the faster we have sex, the better. Because when you're having sex with someone, that's the most vulnerable you're gonna ever get. You don't have no clothes on. You know, that they don't get too much vulnerable than that. So the faster we can get past that phase, the better. Because that's because see, when people start to get when the sex get all mixed up in the equation, that's when you're gonna meet the real person, really. That's really the truth. You can go to all the bars and trips and talk on the phone and meet up and come over your house and she comes over your house. You can do all that all you want and be on social media liking and sending pictures and memes all you want. Nothing really yet. The relationship starts once y'all smash. That's when the relationship starts. Once you take your clothes, once you see her naked, that's when the relationship starts. After you see her naked, once you hit her from the back, that's when the relationship starts. You know, I don't care. You know, a lot of people will say, well, it's good to communicate in the beginning and you get to know somebody. Yeah, that's true too. But all that could be lies. Most of that stuff she's saying to you could be lies. You don't really know. You might have a good idea, you know, whether it's true or false, what she's saying. But I'm telling you, based on my experience, the relationship starts once y'all start smashing. And this don't have nothing to do with no religion, no language, no culture, how she look, the way she dress. None of that matters. Don't even matter how old she is, how young she is, what year she was born, how many kids she got, how many times she been married, if at all, how much education she got. None of that matters. You know, when y'all smash, that's when the relationship starts. That's what it is. That's the real deal. You know, so you can go and pick her up, or she can meet you at the basketball game or at the football game or the hockey game and all you want. You know, you can give her roses and you do all that all you want. But until you smash, none of that matters. All that's like just for show. You're wasting your time, basically. You know, you can talk about all the dreams and all the things y'all have in common and all that crap. I've heard it all, you know. And I'm telling you, none of that matters. That matters later. Later on, once y'all smash, maybe 2-3 times, that's when you have a pretty good idea. Okay, this girl, she's starting to get a little comfortable, and you start seeing what she's about. You know, after I would say to really get to know someone real good, you need at least 18 to 24 months. That's what I would say. 18 to 24 months. You know, and you take her out of town once or twice. Then you take her around your friends once or twice. And you go hang around her friends once or twice. Then you hopefully you meet the parents once or twice. Well, me saying, well, her parents ain't living. Well, she got some family members, you know. That's how you get to know. That's how you have. I'm gonna say after 18 to 24 months, you have a pretty good idea what you got. If you've been asking the right questions and paying attention, you're not gonna know everything, but you should have a pretty good idea what you got after 18 to 24 months. if you've done everything I just laid out and you spend time around her, take her to the restaurant, how she treat the waitress. You know, do she leave a tip? Do she have a problem with leaving the tip? Ask her, hey, how do you think the waitress was or the waiter was? You know, I'd be like, yeah, how much you think we should leave the tip? You know, say, hey, I got the tab. You leave the tip. See how much tip money she leave. Because I'm paying the tab. You tell her to leave the tip. See how much she leaves. If the tab is what? I don't know, 70, 80 bucks, 100 bucks that I'm paying. See how much tip she leaves. She leaves $2 $2 off an $80 meal. That says a lot about her. 80, that's not even the tip rate. $2 off a $2 tip off an $80 meal. That's not even the tip rate, percentage wise. So that's going to tell you a lot about her, where her mindset at when it comes to money and time and the value of money and time. You know, but if the tab is 80 bucks and she leaves 20, 30, $40 tip, okay. Yeah, y'all, you might got you something right here. You know what I'm saying? What if she don't leave no tip? You pay the tab, you tell her, hey, you got the tip. She don't want to leave no tip. Well, that tells you a lot about her right there. You know, he don't believe that. You know, maybe she wants something for nothing. Maybe that's her mentality. You know, and what if y'all hung out 3 times and she never volunteered to pay? I'm not saying I want her to pay, but she never volunteered to do anything. She never volunteered to buy a drink, never volunteered to pay for food or anything. And I'm not saying I want her to pay. I'm just saying she never volunteered. That's all I'm saying. You know, that tells you a little something about her. After 3 or 4 times, she never volunteered anything. You know, I don't know. That's kind of a red flag to me. If we hanging out, especially if you ask me to go somewhere, which I never go. If a woman asks me to go somewhere, I almost never go. I said, nah, I'll holler at you later. You know what I'm saying? But if by chance I do go, maybe she caught me at the right time, you know, maybe I was in the neck of the woods or neighborhood or whatever, and I stop through, and when I get there, and after we're done eating or drinking or whatever, and she wants me to pay, I'm like, well, wait a minute. This was your idea. To me, that's kind of a red flag. Now, it's not about the money. You know, I can pay. That's no problem. It's the, you know, I'm trying to pick up on your mentality, your way of thinking. You know, I'm trying to get to know her. That's what this is really all about. This is really a test. You know, because, you know, it's like, because if you have a problem with her way of thinking on a small scale, later on it's going to be a problem. Because, see, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Yeah, how you do one thing is how you do everything. See, she's showing you the signs. The signs are there. If you refuse to ignore them, well, that's on you as a guy. You know what I'm saying? If you're with a woman and y'all just dating, and when it's time for you to get down and dirty, and she's telling you she got a headache all the time, you're like, you got a headache all the goddamn time. That's kind of a red flag. And you're going to get married to that woman and you think it's going to get better. No, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. You know, it's little stuff like that where it's like, to me, it's obvious, but some guys it ain't. I was listening to a Angela Yee show today. Well, the video of the show. Her show is called Way Up, Angela Yee, right? And there was a guy on there that called in that said he's been with his girlfriend for 3 years, and she likes sex in the back door only, no vagina action, right? And the reasoning behind it is because she wants to wait until they get married. But she be shoving dildos and everything, you know, she be playing with that. But he can't get in there. And this is going on for 3 years now. And he just get the backdoor action. See, I would not put up with that. And he wants to get married to her, but she said she ain't ready. Now, why would a guy want to get married to a woman like that? That he ain't being satisfied and fulfilled, and they're just dating. Now, what you think is going to happen when they get married? You think it's going to get better or worse? It's going to get worse, bro. Because when they get married, it's going to be something else new she going to come up with. And these are the conditions that I talk about. You know, there's always something. There's always some damn rules that they come up with. Oh, the rules. You know the rules. You know, there's always rules when it comes to guys that they're really not into. But the guy that they're attracted to, there's almost no rules. There's almost no rules. The guy that she's really attracted to, he can go raw sex all day long, as long as he's clean, disease free, no problem. The guy that she's really into, she don't even think twice about it, right? But the guy that she ain't into, that she don't like, really, oh boy, there's always all kind of conditions. Yeah, you got to put on the raincoat every time. You know, you got no kissing. You know, what else they be saying? No kissing. You know, no back door. What else? What else they be coming up with? You take too long. You know, it's too big. Man, I can go on and on. You see what I'm talking about? See, there's all these conditions for the guy that she really ain't feeling, the guy that she really settled with, the guy that she's really doing something strange for a piece of change. A lot of times, you know. Now, a lot of dudes be saying, "Well, how you know if a girl like you?" Oh, you know if a girl like you. If a girl likes you, boy, it's gonna be obvious. Now, you know if a girl don't like you, you will. If a girl likes you, she's gonna be very attentive. She's gonna ask questions. Are you okay? Does it feel good? Or how am I doing? She's gonna ask questions. You know what I'm saying? She'll be, how you doing today? How you feeling? You want anything to drink? And on and on and on. She's very attentive. She's gonna ask questions, see if you're okay. She gonna smile. She gonna do whatever she needs to do to make you comfortable because she's attracted to you. You know, if the opposite is true, she don't like you. hell, she ain't gonna be asking you nothing. She don't even care. She don't really want to be around you anyway. So the energy gonna be low. There's no passion. There's no question. She not even really paying attention. She's on the cell phone. She's texting while you around, sitting in front of her or sitting beside her. And I can go on and on. It's a completely different ball game versus the girl that likes you versus the girl that don't like you. Oh, it's a completely different ball game, boy. There's no rules. Almost none. Zero. The girl that likes you. Oh, man. And then on the way out, boy, she'll give you a hug and might even kiss you on the way out. And you just met her last week or yesterday. Some shit like that. The girl that don't like you, she might not even give you a hug. And she damn sure ain't gonna give you no kiss. Yeah, you can forget about that. That's unacceptable. She might not even give you a hug. If she do give you a hug, it's gonna be one of them old lazy pat on the back. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen it. You probably got one of them lazy hugs on the little pat on the back, like she feels sorry for you type shit. So women do this shit all the time with these dudes, man. It's very few women that are around guys that they really like. It's sad but true. It's really sad but true. There's some women, they'll marry a guy that they really can't stand him. They're jealous of the guy. Maybe the dude is the type of guy that's likable around people, around his peers, around his friends and family, whatever. And a lot of women don't like that. A lot of women feel like they should be getting that love and attention. But the reason what happens most of the time, a lot of these women, their personalities suck. They might look halfway decent, but their personalities suck. And they think they're better than the dude's family, or they think they're better than him. They think they're better than the people around wherever they're at, the environment wherever they're at. They too much into themselves. They'll say, "Oh, I'm shy." Oh, that's bullshit. You think you're better. You think you're too good to be around his people, his family. You got women that will marry a guy and don't really fuck with the dude family like that at all. Don't really fuck with the dude family at all. She don't go hang around the mother-in-law or the father-in-law at all. She don't got no relationship with the sister or brother at all. You got women that are they kind of grimy like that. And these dudes put up with that nonsense. I would never put up with that bullshit. I would never put up with that bullshit. But a lot of these guys put up with it because sometimes they don't know no better. And by this time, they got two, 3 kids with this damn woman. So a lot of time the guy, he don't know what to do. And his wife she ain't got no friends. She really ain't got no friends because she's really antisocial. She's a really antisocial type of girl. Got no friends. Nobody like really being around her because she really brings no value. They don't really have a reason to really want to hang with her or call her or even text her. Because she's just not really a fun person to be around. That's the first thing. and she has there's no value. There's nothing there that, if you think about this person, what do you think? Is that's what it really boils down to. But she doesn't really see it like that. She thinks she's a good woman. And I'm like, well, your phone don't ring though. No one wants to be around you. So did someone say you're a good woman? She'll be like, no. Well, how do you know you're a good woman? That's like saying that you're good in the sack. You know, that you I don't know, that you got that fire between your legs. But you can't keep a guy. That's just ain't adding up. You know, but you have a lot of women that think like this. They're delusional as hell. They don't have to have no proof of anything. Most of the women, it's just how they feel. They want to trick themselves into believing that somehow there's something that they're not. And a lot of guys, the beta guys today, they're starting to act like hoes, just like a lot of these women out here today. And they're delusional too. You had a guy on the internet. Somebody showed me the video, last week, of this guy. Basically, he about to cry on the internet, talking about how he had a date set up with a woman, and she flaked on him, and he's asking why what did I do wrong? I'm a nice guy. She shouldn't have flaked on me. You know, he's asking the women what have he done? He's like Tyrese. What have he's crying he's about to cry on the internet anyway. But I when I saw the video of the guy, I kind of knew there was something, he's a little off, a little slow. You know what I'm saying? So I give him a pass. Poor fella, you know. But, it's a cold game out here, man. No one's going to feel sorry for you. No one's coming to save you. If you don't know, now you know. So, so that's about all I wanted to say tonight. I didn't plan on being on here that long. You know what I'm saying? If you have anything to say, you can come on. I'm gonna put the link in here. Otherwise, I'm out of here. But you just have you have to start to see things the way it is, not the way you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're gonna be spinning your wheels and be trying to figure out why women aren't acting right. And if you think women are gonna change anytime soon, you're delusional. Women are not gonna change how they act in North America and how they behave. It ain't happening. The only person that is going to change, or at least have to change, if you want things to get better, is you. That's it. And like I said in my previous video, when I made a decision to upgrade myself and accept things for what it was and understand human nature and female nature specifically, that's when things change. And that's when everything's been on and popping ever since. And this was in my 20s when I made a decision that something has to change and I got to do what I got to do. That's in my best interest. And if you have poor leadership skills and poor social skills, you're going to struggle and you're going to have a tough life. and you're going to get ripped off a lot, and you're going to get taken advantage of, and you're going to end up getting used like a rag doll around here. And nobody's going to come to save you, and most people are not going to say anything. Most people, including your friends and family, will watch you walk in the fire and won't say anything. Think about that. These are the people that claim they love you, right? They'll know you're going down the wrong path, but won't say anything about it. Just your friends and family now. People that claim they love you so much, like hanging around you, but they will know you're going down the wrong path and will not say anything. Most of your friends and family will do that shit. And if you ask them, hey, how come you didn't tell them different? How come you didn't tell them they were making a mistake? You know what they'll say? Well, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I didn't want to make him feel bad. That'll be their excuse. They'll say something like that. But here's what a wise man told me. Love ain't lies. Love ain't lies. Tell me the truth. I don't give a damn how hard it is to take. Tell me the truth. Don't have me walking around here getting ripped off and taken advantage of like clockwork just to spare my feelings. The hell with that. Let me know what the hell's going on. But you have your friends and family, and P.S. by the way, most of your friends and family ain't really worth a damn, to be honest. You know, and you know they ain't worth a damn. If they know you going down the wrong road and they ain't willing to say nothing. You know, most of your friends and family ain't really worth a damn. And most of your friends and family secretly are jealous of you. They're envious of you. And they really don't want you to do better than them. They want you to do well. They just don't want you to do as better as them. So a lot of times that's one of the reasons why they won't help you do anything, you know. It could be just connecting you to somebody that they know. Maybe you need some help in a certain particular area, and you know they've done it before, or use a certain type of person or service before. You know they have experience doing whatever you're trying to do, and you call them up and be like, hey, do you know an attorney? Right? And they'll be like, no, I don't know none. Do you know a CPA? No, I don't know none. And you know they've used these people in the past. But all of a sudden they don't know nobody now. You know? And a lot of time that comes from they're secretly jealous of you. They really want you to stay where you are, and they want to see you. They don't want to see you rise to greatness. They want to see you stay where you are while they, you know, like stand on the mountain. It's like that's that type of shit. They want to be on top of the mountain, and they want to look down on you and feel better than you, you know. And this is a deep, dark psychology that a lot of people have. You know what I'm saying? And these people would never say to you what I'm saying to you tonight to your face. They would never do that because they don't have the courage and they don't have the balls. And they cowards, you know. But just know, whenever you're doing something, trying to do something, upgrade yourself financially, spiritually, mentally, etc. If you go to your friends and tell them what you're trying to do, and you don't get no feedback, or if you do get some type of feedback, it's, I don't know, I'll get back to you, and they never get back to you, and you don't get no positive feedback from them at all, just move on. 9 times out of 10, they're secretly jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of times we let a lot of shit slide because we known them for a long time or whatever. This is why your friend that you known for a long time doesn't really fuck with you the way they used to. You know, maybe y'all used to hang out a lot at one point, but all of a sudden, once y'all started to get a little older, they act like they don't want to hang out with you very often. It's like they got all the time for somebody else, but they don't got time for you like they used to. You know what I'm saying? Now they'll say, if you call them up, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Or I'm at home, blah, 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 whatever. Or I'm at such and such house, this and that, or whatever. But when the time to come to your house, all of a sudden, oh, it's too far now. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time to go to somebody else's house, that's the same distance as yours or less in most cases. You know, so it's that type of deal. It's all the excuses all of a sudden because they're secretly jealous of you. And these people are not really your friends. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you thought y'all were friends, you know, for a long time. Y'all hung out, y'all got close or whatever. But as soon as you try to upgrade yourself, try to become a better version of yourself, all of a sudden it's some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Sometimes you have to graduate and leave some people behind. And that's just life. You know what I'm saying? That's just life. Don't take it serious, you know, because see, and don't let that stop you from doing whatever you need to do or want to do either. You know, sometimes you might have to ask somebody else or get out there and meet people. Go where the people you want to be or need to be to make some shit happen. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, it's all on you. I'm out. Peace.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the stallion that I like. Here from